May 22nd, 2011, a tornado 1 mile wide just devastated our community, 21 miles of devastation. Knocked out a disproportionate amount of low-income rental housing, affecting hundreds, thousands of families and children in our community, really the most vulnerable members of the community. 161 people lost their lives, 400 businesses impacted, 4,000 jobs lost. Our community was really in a state of shock. In the following days, the Y put an initiative together to care for the children who were affected by the disaster, and this it was quickly called Children of the Storm. The media gave it that title. There were all types of subsequent health problems that arose that you would never think of, but the asbestos that was stirred up in the air, tetanus from the ground. We wanted to keep kids safe and out of the debris field while their families searched through their possessions in the rubble, trying to find anything they could to rebuild their lives. There were also mental health issues. Families under so much stress and strain. We saw domestic violence numbers go up, child abuse numbers go up. We wanted to keep those kids healthy and safe. So that was our first initiative. The school year abruptly came to a close because 10 schools in our community were destroyed. So the kids had nowhere to go. Also, and I'm getting chills talking about it.
So are we, that's okay.
So many child care facilities, daycare facilities were lost. I think the numbers came in at like 44 out of 80. So there were literally no place for these kids to go. So we opened our day camp. The storm hit Sunday. Tuesday, we were meeting, figuring out what we could do. And by Thursday, we had our day camp up and running. Tremendous donations poured in from all over the world, really. So we were able to keep these kids safe, cared for, active, fed, and really out of harm's way until summer school kicked in. Our school district did a great job and got that up and running. That was our first initiative. Then we sat down with a group of nonprofits from the community and said, okay, the immediate crisis is over, but what can we do long term? How can we support the families in our community? And collectively, we all came to this idea that if we could deliver, we had this opportunity to reach the most vulnerable members in the community on site at the FEMA temporary housing units that were established in our community. And if we could have a presence there, we could not only help people with how housing was taken care of, but what they needed long-term, for true long-term recovery, was those mental health services, family services, things that would strengthen families and keep them strong, help them to transition back to normal life, and become good homeowners in the future. So through grants and funding that was available after the disaster, we were able to open a temporary human service campus adjacent to the FEMA temporary housing units, otherwise known as trailers, but FEMA hates that you call them trailers, so I'm trying to be correct. And so we opened up our campus we opened the doors in March. We've been serving the community of people who have been displaced by the storm. We have hospitals on board, mental health service providers. The Y's role in that is we're still caring for children. We have children's activities, after school care activities for the kids, just to kind of keep them happy and healthy. If their parents go to counseling, we watch them so that the parents can really get the services they need. And it is a partnership, it's a collaboration, and that's been the silver lining to this whole story, is how the disaster opened up the ability for the community to really come together in a way that I don't know we would have prior to the disaster. This made us all realize that we are on the same page.
Thank you.